You're watching Triadvisors, and I'm your host, Rob Very. It's Thursday, that means it's time for Triad Stories. This week, our Triad story comes from PogoTribe member Joey, aka PJPINC123, aka Picnic. And his story reads as follows. Member name, PJPINC123, Triad, EIGHT. I was a member on the forum for a while when Dan started putting up his Pogo Talks. Once he requested volunteers, I gladly said yes. I waited and hoped I could help. Once he announced the Triads, I was ecstatic. I had been put in a Triad with two other members, Asher, Bomb Maniac, and Eric, if you want blood. When I first found out, I'm not going to lie, I wondered if either of them were creepers, because I had never noticed them that much on the forum. Eric lives in Europe, and that made it extremely difficult to schedule times to meet live, because I had school to attend, and Eric and Asher could talk while I'm at school, we could never meet at the same time. So something had to be done. On the second day, I searched around the web for a couple of real-time collab tools. I saw a site called Stixy and checked it out. It was exactly what we needed. So I set up a board and told the guys. They got on it, and it worked really well. We could communicate regardless of time. The layout allowed us to move things around and to set sections for deciding our name, flag, and eventually our project. We could also post pictures and gave a little info about ourselves, so we had faces with the names. We got working great. After the announcement of needing to make a project, we got cracking. I'm gonna have to say that it was pretty hard. We couldn't think of much. A lot of it was trying to think of something that would really help the tribe. We eventually came up with an idea to create a site like Post Secret, where you can post anonymously. We have it up and running, and it can be found at triblog.tk. Our goal wasn't very high, but it's not important. The point was to work together and make a project, and that's what we did. We passed, and our site is still going to this day. That's what I think is great about our project, that it's not just a one-time deal, we are still helping the tribe. By the way, a link to the site in Rob's pants. Yeah, I'll do that, as commanded. Advice I would give is, don't be afraid to take your time. You don't have to choose something right away. I'm not saying procrastinate, but give yourself time to think about what you want to do. And don't be afraid to use sites like Stixy, PM, or even email your fellow Triad members. Yes, Skype is nice, but it's not the only way to get things done, and sometimes it's nice not to have to go through a day's worth of chat that your other two members wrote. Lastly, don't forget to have fun. Yes, triading is filled with due dates and failing, but we can't forget that having fun is important. I'll leave you with this. Do your best, have fun, meet new people, and if you fail, fail doing those things. Good luck in your Triad adventures. Joey. That was the longest one we've gotten, the most detailed. I really appreciate the level of detail and thought you put into this. Thank you very much for that. It sounded pretty good. Pretty good. Sure, you're right. Having a goal itself is important, but how high the goal is not really important. It really is more about the relationship of the triad. That's very true. But other than that, I think this is, as usual, quite self-explanatory. So, thanks again, Picnic, Joey. I really appreciate it. And to wrap things up this week, let me remind you that next week, Triadvisors will not be producing new videos. We will be off next week. And of course, we'll come back most likely in July, most likely the next week. But the plan is to be going over Chapter 10 of Tribal Leadership by Dave Logan and John King. So that should provide a kind of different kind of advice as to how triads are meant to work and the idea behind them and all that great stuff. I may put up sort of a precursor, not part of the series video to it. I haven't decided yet, but keep a lookout for that. Expect it on that first Tuesday of July, and I think that might be the 6th. And yeah, hopefully I'll get some good stuff going then. Expect a different set, expect a different swagger, a different attitude, and expect to be very much informed. Please tell people about this channel. Let them know that triading is very important in any kind of tribe. And the advice here, I think, given to me and given by me, and shared with the Triad stories is invaluable to the process. So I want to thank you all for watching me for these couple of weeks. I'm going to enjoy my week off, and I will see you hopefully in July. And remember, if at first you don't succeed, try it again.